My name is Vincent Chiesa. I'm 45 and I live in Bali for 14 years. I founded Hatiku Indonesia, which is a studio who works in the field of architecture, interior design and furniture design. We work for commercial projects, mainly in Bali, hotels, restaurants, spa, and also overseas. We have good activity, for example, in Singapore. We do residential projects for people, Indonesian, foreigners who really live in Bali, properties who are aimed to be on the rental market like Airbnb. We choose the name Hatiku Indonesia because we realized a lot of Indonesian business actually never use Indonesian words and use foreigner words to promote themselves abroad. So we use just Indonesian word, a beautiful word, Hatiku, my heart. First because we love Indonesia, but also the way workers work on site, at the factories. They always work with heart and with a kind of kindness. So when you only live in Indonesia, you don't know this. But when you live abroad, outside, you understand the power and all the advantage of living in Indonesia. Hatiku Indonesia, we are a studio with about 12 of us with different profile. Pure architects, civil engineer architects, MEP, and interiors, of course. And we have staff specialized in designing furniture to help me because I cannot draw everything by myself anymore. We do architecture, mainly on complete project on residential projects. We can take over until a small boutique hotel. So when I say residential, it's for example Airbnb villas. And of course we do all the interior for commercial and residential from scratch, design and production or production, depending on the brief of the client. We only do what the client needs. I think it's our know-how of the local market because we are here for 14 years. We also listen a lot, the need of the client, so we don't come with a straightforward solution. So when people ask us, what's your price list or how do you work, it first depends on what is the size and the shape of the project. So why clients choose us, architecture, interior, before having like technical skills or amazing creativity. I think it's about listening to what the client needs and to answer the question that was asked. Then we see the room, how much room which is left by the client to put our creativity, our taste, our style. But first of all, I think why our clients choose us, it's because we listen to them. We do architecture, we do interiors. We are not contractors. We are not real estate agents. We are not notaries. So even if we are a link with all these fields, we don't provide everything, and this is not how we work. Our core business is architecture and interiors. Yes, a design doesn't mean anything if it is not related to a budget and to a breakdown. This work cannot really come at the beginning. We need to design first, and then we get an idea of the budget, clearer, with more detail, with more time we develop the design. Our know-how is a client come and he says roughly how much budget he has. We tell him straight, you have enough, or you don't have enough, or with this you will be able to do this, to do that, or you need to make a choice, or maybe you can do everything because you have enough funds. But definitely we accompany clients on this topic. Budgeting is very important because we talk about physical productions, architecture or interior. It's a real product, so it's not just ideas. Yeah, quality all over the world, but especially in Indonesia, it's a key factor. We have our own process in-house, but usually we externalize the quality control to get an independent point of view on this. we have our own process, but we recommend clients, especially if the project is big, to put in place an independent quality control. So we have references with people we work with, but it can be from the client also. On a big project, it's important. On smaller project, maybe not. The principle we try to follow is to first there are rules that people forget from the building permit office and from the land planning office. We look at this first and inform the clients what is allowed and what is not allowed. Then we are in Bali and there are architectural principles that we need to stick to. House here have a roof with tiles, so most of our projects we make a house with roof and tiles to respect the culture and the look of a village, of an area. We try to not put too much of the international trends that we can see, maybe a little bit too much at the moment in Bali. For high-end, yes, as I said, creativity is important, but immediately we show that we are on the same page on how to work. You need to be professional on every levels. It means not just about creativity, but we need to deliver on time, on a budget, inform client if there is any change, to have a B plan. You need to be diligent, and this is what is the most important. We don't claim, and we are not like elite international studio architecture. We don't aim to be that. We just want to support, high-end, medium, or sometimes small business. But we're all the same. At the end, you have a big name or just a small name. You always want the same thing, to have an architect or interior design agency who delivers. So we deliver. We rarely charge per square meter. We calculate our price. Usually it's a fixed price. We prefer fixed price because we look at the complexity. I mean, we have 300 square meter. If it is an empty box or if there is 10 rooms, the job is different. So we cannot charge per square meter. We prefer to have a fixed fee, and also we want to show that we don't also calculate cost based on the cost of the project, because we don't want to have our fees increase if the cost of the project, the construction increase. But again, if a client wants a price per square meter, we can propose that too. But right now, I cannot tell you how much. Sometimes we have a project that are very, very small. We just charge 5 million if it is a very small project, and we have project a few hundreds million. Yeah. I would say for this kind of project, for the design, including MEP, structural, the interiors around maybe 200, in the 200-ish, to give an idea. Yes, this is why we love working in Bali and in Indonesia in general. Very strong artistic background. After, maybe I'm sensitive to this because I have this French background, because I'm French. We don't throw anything away from the heritage, from the culture. We like to use antiques, old items, and to mix it, of course, with contemporary design. We can have a very old house with a very old table, but we put new finishing material, new colors that are contemporary, and what we put on a table, we put an iMac. Both together works very well. We like to mix antiques items and to bring modernity where it's necessary, and it also depends on the sensitivity of the client. Some clients want something very, very modern, so the Indonesian touch or the traditional touch will be subtle, and some other client, they want something pretty traditional where the modernity is just a hint. A design, whatever it is, a car, a chair, a house, first is function. It must be functional. This is first. Aesthetic, of course, very important, but it comes as a second. A door must open, must close. The design of the roof must be safe. Stairs must bring people from a floor to another safely. And when we have this canvas, then we work on aesthetic. The way we work the aesthetic is simple. We go to the simplicity. We don't want things too heavy. Too much is not necessary. To create ambient that are calming, warm, where people enjoy to spend time, not crowded, not too busy. We have worked with a client based in Ubud. It's called Milliways Bali. They are very, very successful on Airbnb. Now it's a second villa. They are like skyrocketing. I'm telling this because we don't take credit for this, even if we were their styling architect and we took over all the interior for their second project. But what I liked in their approach is, which matches what we like to do also, we didn't work on this project to like a catalog of things to put in the house, but we worked on the experience. What is the experience of the future customer who are going to rent the house? So it's not about, oh, I need a big pool or I need a huge sauna or something, but it's more about thinking about how the house in the location where it is going to be used by the clients, how you can make it comfortable and flawless for the experience to make it, people remember it, compared to just another villa who had like 2 big rooms, a huge pool. We are not about this. So I would say the advice is think first about what experience you want to bring to your clients, and it means it's not only furniture or architecture or whatever, it's also the how you take care of the client, your client, when he will be in the house.